whoa, 9 years on and we're still not up to 80%. My word. I have made 2 builders group for architecture. One of them has no less than 145 objects with storage, all storage, that they're actually keeping on top of. This is thanks to the time that has been increased between when they need repairs, and also the lower amount of materials they need to be repaired. Not on all though, but on some. And I have the main one. It has 73 houses and it actually is keeping on top of all of them. No kidding. Previously you could only manage roughly 35-ish in the same group ish, but now with the duration being so increased between when they need repairs and also the decrease on how much material they need per repair, they can easily do these. I could probably do 80 as well. I seriously, not even kidding. It's insane. Anyway, oops. So now we're only a few percentage away. We are 4% away from getting the longhouse. Unfortunately, this is a bug. It does not show, which it should have done. As soon as you were inside the timeline that is correct for the longhouse, it should have shown as red. But sometimes when the culture fluctuates too much between the two, it disappears. The red objects disappear. I'm sure some of you have had this quite a few times, especially if you play a lot. And yeah, the devs are aware. It's just we don't know why it does it. We have no idea how to avoid it. We need to figure that out. So yeah, it should have been shown as red, but it isn't. And it was the same with the Trinithan. It didn't show as red either, but of course, when it was within all the requirements that we needed, it showed automatically, immediately, you know, no red, but just popped up. So yeah, so all the groups are in use. How much people do we have? We have 410, so we are in the soft cap zone. The soft cap zone, ladies and gentlemen, is keeping a secret that you guys probably do not know about. Or maybe you have, some of you have figured it out. But the soft cap zone is the zone where you are closing up to the population limit. Population limit being 512. This means that you will have birth rates reduced and you will have frequency of migrants reduced. But here are the good news. The good news, which has been like this for many months after I asked for it, is that all migrants that come has a very high chance of having maxed out knowledges. Yeah, not kidding. They have a high chance of having really high knowledges, 75 plus, all of them. So that is a big plus. And the reason it is a soft cap is because you are butting more and more into the limit, and we don't want it to be harsh and abrupt. It needs to be soft. So you might get up to 450, 470, and then you will see that the population is declining a little bit, then it goes up a little bit, then it is declining a little bit, and this is the valley of the soft cap population limit zone. Yeah, so you're not doing anything wrong if you see your population is dropping. If you are in 400 plus population tribe, you are in the soft cap zone, and this is where it will fluctuate up and down, and this is why we are getting help to do the knowledges, because you're getting so few migrants in comparison to what you normally get pre-soft cap zone. So yeah, so the dev gave us a higher knowledges coming with the migrants, which is a brilliant idea. So there, I'm going to fill these because we are at the limit of what we want from our cultivated produce. So I have managed to have a nice balance for wheat. So roughly around next planting time, we have managed to thresh all wheat, and we are just there and thereabouts for the flax grains. Flax grains, we have enough to feed our growing livestock population, and as you can see, there is no 50%, there is no 50 count limit on the animals. It's much higher. I think it's actually as much as 84, but I will have to check if that has been changed by playing. But I've had over 90 of one species, so the 50 limit is just someone guessing, someone's guesswork. So don't trust everything you read from other players. It says, yeah, not always correct. If I should continuously correct everything that was erroneous or faulty or lacking context, I would do very little else but accept that. So I just don't bother with it anymore. So what you also see is that we have a lot of cheese, because I have chopped down tons of dairy stations to try to cover all the milk that we're getting. We still have plenty milk overnight. Let me see how much is left in this one. This one has 1, that's not too much. Where's the other one? There should be another one here. And this one has 5. I'm okay with that. So that number there is also what milk is on the dairy stations under processing. Yeah. So it doesn't mean that this is the milk that is left and not processed. This is the milk that is being processed. So yeah, I think we're thereabouts with the dairy stations as well. And of course we have added enough ovens to reach the usage of the grains before they rot away, without taking so much that we don't have enough for planting. So we have plenty of everything. And you can see now that the wheat grains are going down and down, because they are being used for planting, and they're also being used to make bread. And I've added more of the mills to keep up. So 6 mills, and how many do I have? Between 18 and 20 ovens should really do the trick, and like 6 to 8 mills when you have 400 plus population. Look at all the service points I've got. I've got tons of service points trying to get up my architecture. It is not easy this late. As soon as you're closing up to 75%, learning is really slow. Progressing the learning is very slow. So yeah, but this is done on purpose, because there's so many people that it can be shared on as well. Let me see. So now we're going to wait for migrants so we can see when they start coming with higher levels of knowledges, and I guess we will have to rely on the migrants then also for the longhouse, because it should have shown as red, but it doesn't, because my culture has fluctuated too much. So yeah, it happens every now and then. Just having a look at my people. So I have not enough quality housing, but I have enough housing at all. So these overflows are still in use. So I'm going to save the rest for when we get the longhouse, because I'm going to plant down a longhouse here, or however it fits. But we have reached the amount of farms that we would want. So I'm going to continue to create fences around the farms. You kind of have to do that when you are in beginner and normal, because there's so much animals that will come to your farms. So if you don't hunt everything to extinction, you will notice that this is what is going on. I'm going to wait with putting fence on these, because I want the housing around them, and I want the fencing to go into the houses. I'm going to show you more organic building. So that's kind of what I've been doing, and as you can see, I have a gazillion stow houses. I might have a little bit too many to keep up. So these are the guys who are doing them. You can see all these. I have 28 storehouses. Not exaggerating at all. But that is because I want to save my tools, and I want to put my crop in it, because I want my crop to last past new planting season. Do you know why? Because then I don't have to spend so much workforce on doing the threshers. I have 20 threshers and that's it. Or is it 20? 20, between 20 and 24 threshers, and that's it. Because these last a lot longer now. The wheat sheaves, and of course I've placed a few of the flax as well. So you can see, so now you see the dye is here, and you already know now that the dye, a single dye, just means okay, all the flax is done and all the wheat is done, ready for next season, you know. So they are now dormant, waiting for next season. But this is a huge improvement on the exclamation mark, because you always had to hover over the exclamation mark to figure out what is wrong now. But now you know, just by looking at the dye, you know automatically that this means threshing is over for this season. And this one should not be here, and neither should this. But I had such an explosive growth on the pigs. Gosh, the kids are breeding like mad. So I've added more of the feeding stations, and of course using roots and flax. And I only have 2 hay feeders, because the way we have built the tribe up, we have the amount of wheat farms we need exactly to reach around from 1 year to the next on all repairs and feeding the animals. So this is a calculation thing that you players must do yourself. So even though I have managed to do it this way for this tribe, you might have to do it differently for your tribe. That depends all on your play style and how you want to play. So this area here is extremely industrial and extremely busy. I tend to put the most busy parts in the middle and then let people live outside the busy part. And I think I would like to try sometimes to have the living quarters in the middle and all the busy parts outside. However, that is much less efficient. So if I'm going to do that, it's going to be for fun. Okay, let's see the levels of knowledge on these now. Yeah, that is 60 plus. 60 plus. That one is 75 plus 60 plus. But this one also have an increase in food processing above what we have, because we have 74. So this is how you can see that you're also closing up to the soft cap, to population limit, because the migrants that come will in general have a higher level. They will have a 50 plus and very often 75% or more. I have several times gotten 100% architecture migrants, so it can easily happen. Absolutely. Oh yeah, and game now is down to 40 frames because I have built so much. I have reached the limit on the pits. I have reached limit on pea farms. Let me see. So these guys have 3 with, how many is that? 40 farmers. And this one is 4 with 40 farmers. This is wheat with 40 farmers, 2 of those. And then 4 beets with 40 farmers. And peas has 4 big farms. So this one is the smallest, and then you have a full one, and another full one. So this is why they have maxed out. Because tilling takes such a long time. If tilling had not taken such a long time, we would not need that many people. Because tilling you need like at least half. Like if you have 15, you will need another 5 just to reach over at least. I also informed the devs that beta also needs to get either get the hose, or oops, I already said it, get the new tools we have in testing. I am useless. I cannot hold a secret if my life was depending on it. Oh dear me. Need the new tools in order to defend that. We have lowered tilling performance to 25% for the wooden spears. So beta only have wooden spears, while in testing on developer servers we have 2 more tools that will increase tilling performance. So the reduction should not have been done on beta. So the devs have been informed, they are aware, and they are going to do a fix of that very soon. And the reason why I put these low is because I want them spread everywhere so they don't stand forever in line to only one. And I want them to eat, the majority of the food I want them to eat is the majority of service points made for them. So I have tons of service points for cheese, for bread, and for peas, because those are the 3 really big high volume income food we have in the tribe. So we have a good trickle of meat as well. You can see we have lots of meat coming in because we are the pigs is a mass industry, seriously. So you need to make sure you have a group dedicated to get food for them, and by that I mean get the roots. Feed them with the roots as well as your flax grains, and also of course your straw. Right. Oh, you can see the game is not liking this. Oh, it dropped down to 24 frames for a moment there. A bit odd. I have seen RTX 8050 is out, 5080 is out. 4080, 5080, what the heck? Is it 40? I have 4080, yeah, it's 4080, 5080 is the new one. And in Norway it costs 28,000, that's like £3,000. And I'm dying to get it. I don't need it, it's complete overkill. Have you guys seen these before? Can you see that's a dog? Can I pet that dog? That's a dog. There's more. I'm pretty sure I've seen okay, I have a story about this image here. I will tell you the story about this image here. Can you see it? It's a goat and it's hopping over 3 small hills or 3 stones. See what it used to be? It used to be only these 2 here, the 2 small ones. And I let the artist know it looks like it's jumping over a bum. And then he added a third thing here. Now it doesn't look like a bum anymore. Yeah? I mean, have you guys seen it? Oh, I have no shame. I told him straight how it looked like someone was jumping over a butt. A butt jumper. Aye, that's boring. They're all the same. But I have seen a camel. Oh wait, wasn't it a camel? I'm sure it was a camel. I've seen a camel on one of these. 100% sure. Let me see. Okay, so that's the right way. Okay, I was wondering, why do I not recognize where I am? So yeah, now we're just waiting for the last 4%. And I've reached limit on so much I cannot spam more architecture. So yeah. Seriously. So I think I'm going to reach limit on the clay containers as well soon, because I have quite a few of them. Yeah. The limit on storehouses I think is 48. I have 28, so it's over halfway there. But it does tax a lot on your read. Luckily we are in beginners, so we have read everywhere. Also in the tall grass. Remember, the tall grass also gives read. So that's how lucky we are. In hardcore there will be much less. Oh, so much less. Even in this region, which is a really good region, there will be much less. So I'm going to up the work hours a little bit and make sure that tool smoothing has been increased. Yay! So now it's 76, same as the housing. The agriculture 76 as well. Food processing is 76. The working is a bit below. 76 on stone, 76 on toolsmithing, and 74 on that, and 73 on that. So I suspect that the devs have placed a small soft limit on knowledges based on timeline, and that is of course correct. Not 100% sure I'm correct here, but what I do know is that as you are leaning up towards 75 plus in knowledge, you will slow down. So the first 25, 30, maybe up to 50, everything seems to be learned really fast. You can make a lot of discoveries, and it's a quick scaling of your levels, of your skills in each knowledge. But as you are over 50, it slows down and slows down. So it's not necessarily timeline limited only. I know it's timeline limited pre-Neo, 100% sure. But I'm not sure how much timeline limited it is after Neo starts, say 4K. I think it's been pretty much lifted, but the knowledge learning has been slowed down to compensate. Yeah, so that you shan't be 100% already in 6K BC, because that wouldn't quite make sense, would it? Another thing which they have done is when you see someone that you have not highlighted, such as this guy here, having his portrait showing, it means he has some unrest. So I'm going to remove that so I can't see him well, because I put stars on them to keep an eye on to see what was wrong. And they were all complaining about overwork. Look at all the free people we have. Do you know why we have so many free people? Because we don't have enough groups, gathering groups, to defend having more people. On beginners, this is quite normal. On hardcore, that will never happen because I give communal tasks that they can do. Let me see, did I have only one? Yeah, I think I removed the others. Labor time, yeah. I'm going to keep it a bit longer until it becomes yellow, because at the moment it's only 2%. You can go normally between 8 and 10 months with higher work hours before people start complaining, but you will see that someone who has really bad grades in fitness or will for that matter, they tend to start a lot sooner than those who, oh, I'm going to delete that one, than those who are not having these bad grades. See, are all these done? Yeah. This is going to be a long line with produce. And I'm not putting them on max because I want them to fill the ones with a lock on them first. So for now we don't need it because we have almost 1,500 left, and they are well on their way to be done with all the seeding. Because we have enough people, and when we increase the work hours as well, they get much quicker done. So still lack a few here. This one lacks a few. That one is done, that one is done, and that one is done. And of course wheat is well done because wheat is over already in March. So we can just open up whatever we have locked down. It tends to be that you need to lock down the beets always, because they seem to be totally crazy going for those always first. I don't know why. I have no idea why. They have 4 calories and they have neutral love. There is no love or dislike, it's just neutral. So they shouldn't really do it, but there you go. Yeah. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment, and now we're just waiting for the last few percentages, and then I'm going to show more organic farming. So you can see that even though we have 8 of the negative sleep houses, we still have a very high percentage of happy people. So if you have 99%, you basically have 100, and that means that the amount of migrants that will come to you are increased. But considering that we are in the soft cap zone, it will be reduced, same as pregnancies will be reduced. Yeah. For those who wonder, idle are those who are outside the work age. So this is the young ones and the really elder ones that cannot work. Don't forget, you can also work your people to death. And it will often be the elder and the very, very young. Luckily, the very young does not start working until after they're 4, no matter what you put your policy on, which is such a relief. Because it means, okay, this is evil. It means we can work to death our elders, but we won't do it with our younger. I'll let that sink in. I'll let that sink in, so you can judge me in peace. Oh, dear me. But the good thing about the change that the devs did with regards to the elders, you know that they are now working basically till they are at death's door until they reach 10 in fitness. The good thing about it is that it is more correct now, isn't it? Because there is no way in any timeline that the elders were not used for anything. There is no timeline that defends elders sitting around doing nothing. No, it never computed right with me. So now this has happened. It's been like this for a few months now, and I love it. But you do run the risk of working your elders to death. I even managed to kill a 63-year-old once. So it is possible to take them fairly young as well. Just saying. So we have enough of the farms that we want. See, the problem is, for me, is that I always want to overtask the tribe. So when I overtask tribe, I need to rely so much on the policies. And this is something that devs kind of want. They want us players to focus on using the policies. And that is exactly what I'm doing. But on beginners, I have to overtask to make it happen. Otherwise, there's no point. You don't need to overdo any policies or picks or tricks and mix and match anything on beginners, because it takes so much busyness for tribe to be too busy to do whatever you need them to do. If you are playing as intended, you will never have to use the policies to the extreme that I do, even with a 400 population tribe, because you can also so much rely on the produce that comes from your animals. You can also rely so much on the high yield from beginners level, which is like 3-4 times higher than, hardcore. So beginners is definitely the place where you should do all your experimenting and finding out what you like best, what you can do with tribe, what tribe will accept. And as you go up in size, you of course need to adjust your groups. You can see now that my groups are all adjusted. They're all maxed with limits to fit. Yeah, you can see all the wild produce is up to 150, except those that I do not want to limit. And of course, you don't want to limit food that is super loved and that is only available to harvest for a few months, like pears. They're only available for a few months. Yeah, so you don't want to put on those, and you also don't want to put any limits on crop wild yield, because you want the yield to be coming from your farm rather than the wild, because the wild will always be poorer than your cultivated. Yeah, it's a small thing you perhaps didn't know. And roots, don't put those on limits, because you want them to feed your animals. And if you put them in storage, they will last for years. Exaggerate to make a point. And also, of course, my straw collection now is gathering 3.5, because that is between 3 and 3.5 is the amount of straw I need for both my animals and for all repairs and maintenance. And I also reported that the kale reproduction rate is way too high on beginners, as we can all see. This is way over the top. I reported it 2 months ago, and it got reduced, and I tested it to be reduced, so somehow it has managed to sneak back into the public 0.16 version. So that's going to be tweaked some more to be lowered a bit. If there had been honey, I wouldn't have said a word. If it had been beetroots, I would have said a lot. If it had been kale, if it had been rose hips, I wouldn't say a word. If it had been hazelnuts, I wouldn't say a word. If it was pears, I would never say a word. But since it's things we don't love, I will say a word. I will let them know, because we don't want them. We don't want a lot of them. In hardcore, I wouldn't say anything, but for beginners, I will. Let me see, which way is it? It's this way. It's this way, yeah. Something I like to do always is to put a farm around, either around my passage tube or integrated into it. Because I think it's beautiful when it flowers, when it's purple, and you go close, especially in the early evening with the sun coming down and the torches. I think it's just so beautiful to look at. It's been a while since I've been doing any good screenshots because I've been so busy. Not even kidding. You know, I bought Mana Lord, so I was going to try it when it came out. I haven't even played it. No time. I played 99% Ancient Cities all year, last year. I have 1% of other things, and that's it. I was asked to post my activity on Discord, and of course I did. I had to find it first. I had no clue where to find these things. I don't really go look for them. So I found them, and then I posted it. Then the Git asked me what the other percent was of things I've been playing. And he was backed up by one of the artists. Yeah, Lily, we want to see these. He showed a finger up, point up. I thought, okay, I probably have to just do this then. And it shows that I've been playing less than 1%. Oh, what's it called again? Hang on, I'm going to go check on Discord. I posted it on Discord. And let me see. It's in ancientcities.en. It's called 2 Point Hospital. I played that a few days in March 2024. And Restaurant Empire 2. I played that also a few days in March 2024. Yep, and then both of them are less than 1%. So I have 9 sessions in each of those two, while I have 1146 on Ancient Cities. Yep. It's insane. It's quite big. It's quite a lot. I've played this a lot. Yeah. So my total hours now, playing now, is 15,880 hours. I guess I should be ashamed of saying it, but I'm not. Because I get my work done as well. I get my garden done, I get my house done, even fixed up a house while playing World of Warcraft. I play World of Warcraft as well while playing Ancient Cities. I never have nothing to do. I don't even think I know what it feels like to be bored. I am never bored. Which I guess is weird. Because I think you're at some time we are all feeling bored. No. Maybe I just don't know what it feels like to be bored. That could be it. That could be it. Anyway, still waiting for the last few percentage. Of course, the later you are in timeline, the lower chances you have of getting discoveries. Improving levels because it's so high already. Oh, it's down to 24 frames. Oh my god. Let's do that. Okay, then it's back up to 68. Okay, I accept that better. So the optimization is a little bit pop still. I have to admit, even with my card and my i9 and whatever else I have got, water cooler and whatnot, it's still not great, I have to say. I think also the devs are still working on performance, improving it. But haven't they really been doing that for like 2 years now? It feels like the improvements are fairly small. Like many small ones over a period of time. But I do remember first time I reached 700 population and had 1 frame per second. Yep, that was when they started to put limits on stuff, because I kept butting into limits. I kept I played too crazy. Yep, it is what it is. Okay, so now they're all done with that, so I'm going to put down the work hours. Now can you see the 7% complaining? At least I think they're done. They should. Oh, oops. Oh, how did your cow get in there? An auroch. Oh, I see. This is what I forgot to do. I forgot to put a flipping gate, didn't I? Dang. Can I get away with this? I cannot. Can I get away with this? Wait a minute. What fence is it? Water. Nope. Okay, well, you'll have to be eaten then. The few that dares to come. They do come, make no mistake. Also, for those who wonder, your livestock will not ruin your crop. They will not trample anything, nor will they eat anything. So anyone who sees someone say, oh yeah, livestock goes into my farms and ruin my crops, they don't ruin anything. Trust me, I know this. I tested this. And I asked for them to do it like this. It is like this because it is annoying, because you cannot control where your livestock are going, since they are considered part of the tribe. Hence, there was a compromise. Make them so that they don't ruin anything on your farms. Or give us the option to exclude livestock from farms via fencing or whatever. So this is the compromise I got. They ruined nothing. Just keep that in mind. So even if you see that your livestock is running around amok in your farms, don't worry about it. They won't ruin anything. I promise. We can take some of those. We can take a bit of honey. You can probably do some raw meat, always popular. You can do some fishies. Oh, which reminds me, I should pause my fishermen, even though they're not many. Let's have a look and see what they are. Oh, it's paused now. They're not paused, but it's resting time. Oh, here they are. No, these are right next to the camp. But how many fishies are there in them? Can you guys see? Gosh, no. Okay, new tasks are going to be created, so then I'm going to look and see. As soon as work hours start, we will have new tasks. There you go, let's see where they are. You guys, yeah, you see, they are not too many. So these are few. These are few. Okay, I think I'll pause them and then wait a year. So it's now May. So by May next year, they will be fully replenished. But this is something you really should do, even in beginners, because when you deplete the closest pools, you're wasting so much time in logistics, because your fishermen will have to walk from pool to pool to pool to pool, and so many of your work hours will go to logistics rather than them actually fishing. That the backside of this is that you can lose some levels of fishing if you wait an entire year. So you don't have to wait an entire year. I choose to, but you can also wait only like 4 months and you will have more fish. You can wait 6 months and you will have more fish. But full replenishment can take up to a year, depending on how emptied your pools are. So the less empty they are, the shorter time it takes to replenish them to full. Yeah. So I want to fence in this one as well, but I want to do it with housing integrated. So that's why I'm waiting for these to be fenced in. I'm waiting to fence them in because I want housing around. I want long houses, and some with also the Neolithic, the mud house, the medium house. It has changed name, by the way. It's now not medium mud house, it's just a mud house. Or at least it changed name on the server I'm on. I'll see if it's changed name here as well in time. Right, So I'm going to truncate a little bit again, because those 4% could take a little bit of time, because since we are in the soft cap zone, we won't be run down with migrants, because we're now at the 419. So it's a slow increase, but yeah, and happiness is as high as it can possibly be. It's 100%, which means basically that nobody has to sleep consecutive nights in the poorer housing. And this is how you, simply put, this is how you do it. If you have enough rotation with nice housing for everyone, you get away with having at least 8 very poor ones, because these are poor. Yeah, you see they are minus 25. Yep. Let's see when we get our next 4%.